Hey guys, welcome back to my channel today. If this is your first time stopping by, I'm so glad to have you back on my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, of course, I'm still excited to have you back on my channel once again. If you're wondering who this pretty face is right here, well, my name is Onyeka. My name is Onyeka and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based in London, Ontario, Canada. I make videos sharing my lifestyle experiences here as an immigrant. I also make immigration content, healthcare related content. So just be sure to check out my videos, as I'm sure that there's something there for you to watch, and you might just decide to stick around because you're going to fall in love with me anyways. So in order to stick around, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and you can do so by clicking on the subscribe button down below. And please do not forget to turn on the bell notification button, as this notifies you whenever I post a video and you will not miss any of my content at all. So in today's video, I realized that I had not filmed this video when a friend of mine asked me this question. And I was like, yeah, I don't have this video, mainly because I haven't gone through this process, because most times what I film is usually something that I have gone through and I can share first-hand experience with it. But this one, I don't have any experience with, but I did some research and of course, I'm here to film this video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to have a baby in Canada. So if you're interested in knowing more about this topic and everything that's involved, then keep watching and don't go anywhere. So today's video is essentially going to be maternity tourism. What maternity tourism means in a nutshell is that it's basically traveling to a different country other than your country to have your baby, in order for that child to have to obtain a citizenship for that country, regardless of you not being a citizen of that country. Do you understand? With regarding Canada, I'm going to read the legislation and I quote, the Canadian citizenship legislation, it states that all people born in Canada are Canadian citizens. So if you are born in Canadian soil, automatically you become a Canadian citizen regardless of the status of the parent in the country. So let's say I'm Nigerian and I travel to Canada to have a baby. I'm Nigerian, I'm not Canadian, so my child will become Canadian, but me, the mother, I am not going to get any status because I'm just a temporary resident. And a few developed countries allow this birth tourism, and Canada is one of them. I think a lot of people go to the US to have their babies, but getting a US visa it's quite a hassle, and even getting a date for your visa application is also quite a hassle. So I feel like a lot of people are looking into giving birth in Mexico, Brazil, South America basically, and then North America. When I say North America, I mean Canada. Not a lot of people go to the UK to give birth because I feel like it's a lot more complicated in obtaining that passport. I feel like the child has to stay for a number of years in order to get a passport. It's a long term. But with Canada, it's a lot straightforward and it's a lot easier. So we're about to get into the nitty-gritty of the video. Before you decide to come to Canada to have a baby, I feel like there are a few things you need to have laid out. First, like you need to plan. And the first thing you need to plan is getting your visa. Aside getting your visa, you also need to calculate the costs for everything, like how much it's going to cost you to have a vaginal birth or to have a cesarean section, and even just having extra money for your accommodation, for your doctor's fee and all of that. So I will be sure to tell you guys about it shortly. So the cost of having a baby in Canada as a non-resident or citizen in Canada can range from somewhere between 5,000 Canadian dollars to about 20,000 Canadian dollars. Again, depending on if there are complications and the method of birth, vaginal, cesarean or whatnot. I would definitely advise you to stick to the higher bandwidth, which is 20,000, just in case something happens. You never know. We don't pray for anything to happen, but just have extra money just in case complications may arise. And I'm also going to break down that cost shortly, but first of all, I'm going to talk about it like in a stepwise manner. So if you want to come to Canada to have your baby, I feel like you need to even apply for that visa before you get pregnant, because like it may take a longer time to obtain your visa. I feel like right now, according to the website, it says like 700 and something days to get your visa, but I know a couple of people who recently applied to just come and visit, and it took about 3 months or so or less. So depending on whatever country you want to go and have your baby, always try to get the visa first, because you never know. So that's the first step, getting your visa. Afterwards, you also need to figure out where you're going to stay, and I would definitely advise that wherever you're going to stay should be within 20 minutes from the hospital that you are registered in. If it's not, I mean, that's still okay, but be sure that they're going to be taking longer drives going to the hospital, which is not very convenient when you're heavily pregnant. And then if you have family, friends, or loved ones or well-wishers or whatever that are comfortable with housing you, that is perfect. It's going to save you a whole lot of money. But if that's not the case, you can also rent like Airbnbs for like 3 months or so, or even short stays. But I think I would definitely advise you to go for an Airbnb because they're usually furnished, to save yourself buying furnitures for like renting a place or something. So always go for someone that is already furnished to save you a lot of money, and again, that is close to the hospital. You also need to plan when you're going to travel. So eventually, if you're pregnant or you've gotten the visa, you already know where you're going to stay in Canada. You also need to plan your arrival. A lot of airlines don't let pregnant women fly when they're like 34 or 35 weeks and above. I may be wrong, but I would definitely advise you to fly a lot earlier, so there are no complications on air, because it's quite a long flight. I've heard a couple of people always say, like, when they get to the airport, like before they cross customs or whatever, they try to, look nice, look not too pregnant, like you're about to pop this right instant, and make it very obvious, like, oh, I'm coming here to give birth. No, you also need to play it cool, look nice, wear a jacket, wear your coat, don't look like you're about to pop. But I don't know if this is going to affect anyone, but it's just a friendly advice, or it's just something that I've heard people do. And then when you arrive in Canada, you also need to register with the hospital. Doctors have clinics, and then they are hospitals. So you can register with a doctor that can like connect you to a clinic or something. And then this doctor charges their own personal fee. This can be somewhere around like $5,000 or $6,000. Again, each doctor, they have the particular fee that they charge. So I could be wrong, but again, I'm gonna leave a website that sort of like explains this thing like here and there for you guys if you're interested. And then the hospital also charges you for your stay in the hospital, like how many nights you stay in the bed. So some people like always like go when they are like dilating, like maybe a couple of centimeters dilated, just to shorten the hospital bill and the hours stayed in the hospital bed. So yeah, there's hospital costs, there's like doctor costs, and there's also some little costs here and there that the doctor might charge you for, like hospital visits, like those monthly weekly checkups since you're approaching your due date and all of that. And I feel like you also pay extra if you're getting like the epidural. I don't know how much that costs, and a few other procedures that they might perform on you, or even medications that they might provide you. So all of these costs add to the total cost. So that's why I said aim for the higher amount. And then when your baby is born, hopefully everything goes well, congratulations. After having your baby, some people just choose to spend a night or two in the hospital depending on their stability, and then you need to apply for like the birth certificate for the baby and then the baby's passport, so that you'll be able to head back home to your country. I don't really have that much information. I feel like in the future, when I have my own baby, I can refilm this video sharing my own experiences and things that people can look out for. So for now, it's hard for me to share my personal experiences with this. So something that is worthy of note here is that there's some benefits that your child is entitled to when they're born in Canada. And there's something called like the Canadian Child Benefit, and from my iPad here, it's basically like a tax-free monthly payment to help with child rearing expenses, and you can receive up to $6,400 a year for each child that you have under the age of 6, and up to $5,400 for each child between the age of 6 and 17. And you can also get GST and HST credit for that child when you file your taxes. And you can also get a tax-free quarterly payment for up to $560 a year, made to families with modest incomes. Honestly, all of this amount that I listed is based on the income of the parents. Like, you need to earn like a relatively low amount in order to get the full benefit for this child. But if you're well earning, you're probably getting something very low. And then in the future, like your Canadian citizens, tuition will be way subsidized for them. They will be paying domestic tuitions, not international tuitions. And there's also like child disability benefits, but we don't pray for that. Guys, that's my brief video on how to have a baby in Canada. There are companies in Nigeria that offer these packages. They will explain it a lot better for you. Do your own research. There are a lot of information out there on the internet, because sometimes these agencies might inflate prices for you. So sometimes just put in the work and make your own research. And yeah, that's it. for this video. So thank you guys for watching my video. I really do appreciate you guys for sticking with me this long. And yeah, if you have questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section and I'll try my best to answer your questions, and also my able subscribers will also do their best to answer this question. So thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you in my next video. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel as well. And yeah, take care and bye.